Ah, blah, 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 blah. Hello. I'm a professional swimmer. Yes. I'm professional, Teiyu. Hi. What's up? Oh, dear me. This is Teiyu, your emotional support animal. Hi. Okay, so, Moa, what up? Let me give you a shout out. Yeah.
Lovely people. Whoa, whoa. Did someone say Jack? Jack is here?
Oh,
it's not in my butt form.
It's this clip.
Please, Jack, don't look. No.
Moa's proudest moment.
It's not happening. No, please. No, lie to me. Lie to me. It's not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Get to, no. Oh, no.
Tell me lies, tell me lies.
Oh my God.
I want lies.
Hi, I'm making art. Hello, you want to see some art? And I need to thank the person who just donated.
Hello. The Todd Howard Bethesda song. Is that what it is? Hi, this is Teiyu, your emotional support animal. I'm striving to become a mental health content creator, and Moa is an old streamer friend and one of the most creative people I've ever met, and real cool and comfy and stuff. Yeah. The nerves always come back on. I'm so sorry. Who are you calling old? Bro, imagine me calling you old. Like, imagine that. That's not what I meant. You potato. You're still green. You're such a young potato. You're still green and poisonous. But More is old. I mean, I'm not even sure if she's old on internet. Yes, I mean, it depends on your definition, I guess. Like, you know, some people are like, "Oh, you're 20." My gosh, imagine being 20 or something, you know. But man, I don't think she's even 30. Like, come on. Teiyu, Moa wasn't lying when she called herself a hot girl. Also, Teiyu describes Moa as a creature. I mean, she is. She was created, in a sense. Also, she's small. She's small and she gets into tight places. You know, like behind the cupboard and stuff. Hi. Hi, Judy. Thanks for the pot. Yes, Lavate, I noticed. The hottest girls tend to be creatures, indeed. No. Ilfa, you're not small, you're small. There's a difference. Yes, Connie. Yes, Connie, indeed. I'm 34 and basically 3 foot in the grave, according to Twitch law. Man, I'm rotting, man. Okay, hang on. What the name of heck are you guys talking about? I don't know. I'm just trying to keep up. Melancholy is baby. Small baby. Also, hi. Ooh. So, everyone, let me freaking scroll up and try to catch up with Lunkery being first. Hello, congratulations on being first, Lunkery, my beloved. Connie, Kay, hello, congrats on saying first. Nice to see you. Connie, congrats on being fist. Kay, hi. How are you doing? Melancholy people comfy. No. Ayo, I mean, I meant to say congrats on saying fist, but it didn't come out that way. Alpha, congrats on saying hello. Reverie, hi. Good day to you as well. Connie, Thank you for being here. And Musica, thank you for the follow, by the way. And game developer from Sweden. Thank you for the front butt raid. And for the follow. Lapate, always happy to see you. Morphman, hi. Those are some butts. V Mushroom, hey. First time chat from you. I've seen you around so much. I'm surprised this is your first time. What up? Nice to meet you, like, in person. It was actually an unexpected raid. Like, you know, last time I checked it was tied. I actually was the one who tied it. So, you know, I was totally counting on it not going here. Also, yeah, Melancholy. I actually have Baba emotes myself. Baba. Maybe Alertbox is not as input source in a starting soon screen? I guess so. I guess I used to have it there, but then I did not. I guess so. And Amara Sky, hi. Welcome in, welcome in. I love this game and help me do stuff. Nice. I'm glad to see it's helping. Butt form, yeah. Dorian voice, yeah. Ilfa in the chat, yeah. Okay. A hot creature, yes. A creature of magma. Vibe check. Vibe check. Whew. Today I have been super tired. Not super tired. Like, I've been worse. But, you know, I was really hoping to not be this tired today. And to not suddenly have time creep up on me and having to rush to, like, even make it within, like, 10 minutes? 50 minutes? Did I make it within 50 minutes? I think I did. of the actual time it was supposed to start. And, yeah, consequently, I'm just kind of running on adrenaline right now. But I hope to, chill out a little bit once I get into the swing of things. Thanks for the hydrate and the posture check, and here goes the stretch. Oh dear. The hottest girls tend to be creatures. Source, my GF, who is a hot girl and a creature. You know? Primary sources are the most believable, aren't they? Rhyme 34, or more like Rule 34, am I right? Yeah. True small, yes. I'm the Usain Bolt of dying, please don't. Why is today's stream a huge Avenger-style crossover between all my favorite VTubers? I don't know, sometimes things just line up that way. But also I should actually have like a real crossover with Ilfa eventually. You know, some, what's it called, collabing. Yeah. Good morning, Lunella. Hi there, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm good and excited for go time. Hope you are too. I'm doing my best. We flock to the floof, yes. Thank you for being here, my beloved floofy goatee. No. That's what the sweat means? I think so. Oh. Southwestern Estonia. I'm not entirely sure about that. My Moa up ran outside and can't make his memorial. Oh. I'm so sorry. Am I a fave? Let's collab, yeah. I mean, maybe not today. I'm gonna need to, like, do a thing. Gonna need to mentally prepare for that. And I am mentally unprepared for, like, anything right now. Not today, just generally in the future. The epic future. Yes, let's. I would love that. Best partners are a little cryptids. Catch your wife on the ceiling being like, hey, get down, stop. Oh wait, no, it's not the wife being like that. It's you being like that. Catch your wife on the ceiling, being like, "Hey, get down! Stop! Come on!" It's gonna be heck to clean up. Like all those footprints on the ceiling. Like who's gonna scrub all that off? Come on. Okay, so y'all, catch me on the options settings thing. Okay. We're gonna be reading today. Let's turn off this stuff. The keyboard typing, I feel like that's holiday melodies. I hate that. What about the birds? Nice. Okay. It's Christmas time. No! I don't want it to be Christmas. Others, I don't want to clean the ceiling. Me, don't fall. I don't want to do the paperwork and the explaining and the cleanup. My GF does tell me she'd be crawling all over the walls and being creepy in the corners of the house. Definitely cryptid energy. Well, I'm very happy for you. I'm glad you found someone who can match your freak. Okay, also, we're on the wrong screen. Here we are. There we are. We're gonna be reading today. Reads the channel point meter. Oh no. Please don't though. Like, literally, please don't. Hi there, Grace, now, how are you doing? Hello. You will be filled with holiday spirit, Teiyu, so help me, oh dear. Oh no. Also, hi Mara, how are you doing? Others when seeing a big castle. Ooh, what a pretty big castle. Me, damn, I don't want to clean all those windows, and the light and heating bills must be through the roof, right? Right? Like, no one ever thinks about that stuff. Okay, so. Reading today. Today, we're not studying atomic habits because we actually finished that. What we're going to be studying is... If you're freaking out, read this. Hi there, Nine, how you doing? I hope you're having a good one. And if not, I hope you will soon have a better one. What? Yeah, no, never mind. Let's put this in one line. Well. Maybe a little more like this. This might not matter that much, but you know, it's all about, you know, it's about, you know, the feng shui. The feng shui is what it is. Yes. My reaction to Hogwarts as a kid was, well, aren't they lucky to have magic for all that upkeep? Yeah. Where does house elf shit go? It's magic. It just evaporates into, I don't know, into flower smell or something. I don't know. I'm freaking out. I need to read this. Well, good. I mean, it was part of a humble bundle, along with like a billion other ones. But yeah, I had the what's it called? The difficulty of choice. What is the opposite of being like starved for choice? Being like overwhelmed by choice. I had like a whole bunch of self-help books from that bundle that I had totally forgotten about. Hi there, Solis, how are you doing? But I figured that this one would be a good choice because I've seen a lot of people being like in dire straits recently, and also, well, there's that, and also I didn't want to start something that would be like necessarily applicable to everyone. Like, this is going to be a whole bunch of like skills that if you need them, you can apply for yourself. But yeah, it's not like Atomic Habits, where it's like for basically applicable for everyone. Like, everyone has like bad habits that they don't want to have and habits that they would like to have, you know. Yeah, because about that, you know, current community mission, right? Like down there, can you see that text down there? I'm gonna need to overhaul those community missions, which we're gonna be calling quests now, by the way. They're gonna be community quests, which I think sounds more fun, and also, you know, I just realized it gets like a little bit of alliteration. Community quest. But yeah, I think I did a bad job with those. For one thing, I'm gonna need to redo the channel, and what means make it attractive/unattractive. That is one of the steps for convincing yourself, for making it easier to get into a new habit that you want to have, / to break a habit that you don't want to have. Basically, you know, you gotta find ways to, yeah, to make yourself be like drawn to that thing, the action that you want to be doing, and to be like kind of, you know, to make yourself kind of repulsed by the idea even of doing the thing that you don't want to be doing. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, I need to turn that channel into more of a forum channel to make it all easier to keep track of. Have it split into like nice little packages. And then sorry. And then also I think I need to reformulate like all the, you know, I was summarizing all that stuff and then giving you these tasks to fulfill, and there's been a lot of misunderstandings about like how to do the tasks, so I think I did a bad job of like phrasing them and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, if you're interested in self improvement and in a place where I'm gonna be keeping all, like, not all my notes, but like I'm gonna be summarizing a lot of the stuff we learn here, and also just for nice and warm and chill community where we support each other and stuff, please join the Discord. But yeah, we're gonna be reading, if you're freaking out, read this, which is co-written by our old friend Faith G. Harper of Unfuck Your Brain fame. She has so many books like Unfuck Your something, Unfuck Your Adulting, Unfuck Your Boundaries, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's pretty good. She has a style and she sticks to it. And, you know, sometimes it's a little bit cringe, but, you know, you gotta respect that. I would like to unfuck my life, right? Gonna have to find that? Please do. I actually have the... that was my second study stream, Unfuck Your Brain. And I think it's fully up on my VOD channel now, which I still don't have a thing for yet. All in due time, all in due time. VOD channel, which is eventually going to be not the VOD channel. My life needs to unfuck me, it keeps raw dogging me, I'm terribly sorry. Oh dear. VOD channel, yeah. Everyone follow the VOD channel. Also there's a Reller in chat. Okay. So. Yeah, let's go, I guess. I think that's enough preamble. I should also probably say, like, you know, it's co-written by Face G. Harper, but mainly it's by Simone DeAngelis. So, you know, respect where respect is due. But yeah. Okay. So, first of all, I'm gonna have to actually bring up the PDF for myself. I wish I could show you guys, but, oopsie daisy. Of course, that would be copyright infringement. If you're freaking out, read this. I will. Okay. So... At this point, my mindset moved from I lost a lot of people, may next year be a break, to okay, who's gonna die next? Well, you know, there are worse things. I'm glad you're taking some initiative. Okay. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna have a Pomodoro going on. 30 minutes of reading and 30 minutes of talking about what we learned. Let's have 4 of these sessions, though I'm not sure I'm gonna be managing that. Shovel and done. Nice. Proud of you. Adamasi, how are you doing? It's heavy wet snow, not light powdery nice snow. Sorry to hear that. Productivity, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's freaking go. Oh. Some programming. Good. You get that programming done. I'm gonna need to get a bathrobe because it's getting a little cool in here. Hang on, give me just a second. As the universe turns black. Just really like a break. I lost 2 minutes. Oh, mom's to death in the last 2 years, and this year person I love too. Ah, dear. I really hope you get a break, Alpha. That is terrible. The good thing is that I have this as a PDF, so I don't have to do as much micromanagement with the stuff on my desk. I guess I should... Hang on. I'm gonna show you guys at least the table of contents. There we are. Hope you can kind of read that. What? Hey there, Reverie. What? What happened? Did you have connection issues? What? I noticed that my attempt at looking into therapy forms that might help me and trying them out for now 15 plus years is to get tiny steps closer to handling my clinical phobia of syringes better is actually working. Shots at the dentist are no issue anymore if we go by our plan of action. I was able to see syringes that aren't meant to pierce anything but to put cleaning fluid into my teeth and not go into a panic attack. Even asked about them, talked about them when I was yet too scared to get close to them. However, it's a big thing. Hell yeah! I'm glad to hear that. We love to see progress. Well, glad to have you back, Reverie. Still scared about a lot of things with syringes, but have been actively thinking about helpful shots more often, as in considering being able to try getting those as well. Good. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try to focus now. Hang on. I need caffeine. Jesus. I don't know how long I'm gonna last. Oh dear. Oh dear. I hope I get better soon. Oh, I like the story. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Hi, that's Phasma. How are you doing? Hang on. I got a burp. Okay. Wait. Gah. So EP, man. Samesies.
It the goat who is the goat. Teiyu, are you chilling?
I wish I wasn't. I wish I wasn't chilling. I wish I was awake and alert. A wild foment disappears. Hang on, let me check. How many pages does this book actually have? Oh, interesting. If we hurry, we might actually get through this entire book today.
Wild Teiyu appears. Sternchen Froß Klonboll Sternchen.
Sternchen. Interesting that it said clone ball instead of clone ball. Huh. Oh dear. I gotta add something to the stream title. Cause we're talking about unaliving ourselves in this book. Well, not about, doing it, but about, about having been in a state where you would want to do that.
Oh nein, sie wild Teiyu has escaped the Klonball. Sternchen Ball jumps back Sternchen.
I'm trying to focus, y'all.
That was one hell of a kiss, Teiyu.
Oh god. Hi Golan. And hi Spectrum, how you doing? How are you two? Hang on y'all. 9 minutes. Still 9 minutes. Gonna be focusing for 9 more minutes. Hey. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be taking notes today. We'll see. $0.15. Oh. I'll catch up on what you guys have been saying later. Interesting book, interesting book. I am legitimately so glad that you guys are having a good time in chat though. Without me having to do much except be here. That is very reassuring. Hi there, Alex. You've come to the right place. I hope I can help you with that. Oh. Alright, y'all, 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I'll be with you kids. Calm. Calm. Oh yeah. Panic. Yeah. It was not expensive. It didn't even spell anything because I wisely closed the lid. Like some kind of wise person who closes lids. Wow. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Hello. Hi. I am back. Buh. I wish actual work allowed for the 30-minute break thing, man. Imagine. Life would be so much better. All I get is focus for 2 hours and you get a 0-minute break. I don't think that qualifies as a break. And as a treat, you focus for another 2 hours. Oh my. How kind. Okay, so, my dear friends. Okay, let me scroll up. I've actually invited some of those coping skills into my life. I still use a lot of skills I have developed alongside masking, and that hurt me more than they helped me, but the more I notice them, the more I'm implementing better ways. Yeah, like, I guess even skills that are, you know, what depression essentially is, and all the stuff that comes with depression is essentially coping mechanisms that don't work for you anymore. And I guess the same could happen with like actual coping skills, right? Is that if you don't approach them the right way, they don't work for you anymore, even if they're helpful stuff, which I'm not gonna say that masking is. I mean, it did serve a purpose, but obviously it also destroys a part of you, so, you know, there's a balance. But yeah, there's gonna be like some skills that you kind of latch onto and might actually do more damage than they help you. That can probably happen, yeah. Needs more research. Gonna have to look into that. This always works. Good old copium. Get well soon. Until then, if you're up to it, we can sing. You do Snape, Snape Severus Snape, and I go Dumbledore. I know this because I've discovered a Polish language Harry Potter parody where Snape welcomes everyone to alcohol class. And of course I immediately try to imitate that. You guys are adorable. Yogi Bear JM. Hello there. Welcome in. Oh, wait. Hang on, I need to put this a little further back here. There we are. Hi. Welcome in. Okay, so EP, I know, me too. The goat, who's the goat? Yes. Yes, the goat. Good on you for unraveling hurtful masking stuff and replacing it with better things, yeah. Spasmo having a good time, I'm glad to see that. Didn't mean to... it's a work in progress. It always is, it always is. I didn't mean to imply otherwise. I feel like I've made a little progress in that regard, but at least I'm getting somewhat aware of some of the problems now. That's the first step. That is a lot of progress. Awareness is one of the hardest steps, and it comes first. Exactly. Must distract the Teiyu. Well, you're not powerful enough for that. Well, maybe, I don't know. Depends on your points, actually. Teiyu kissy noises. The U in my logo looks like Squidward with closed eyes. Thanks, I hate it. Okay, step 10. Connect by getting closer to the ground during a workout. Okay. I guess I have to do that now. Hang on. Duke Silver, hello! Hang on, you know what? Let me give you a shout out. What I do must sit up. Squats. Oopsie daisy.
Why do you keep playing games that have monarchies in
2.
them? Are you pro monarchy?
4. 5.
You
6.
Come
7.
un
2. 12.
what?
13.
Kung Pao?
14. 15. 16.
Rick must really like that movie.
18.
Oh my god, you're still going. These are like 500 bits.
20.
These are like 500 pounds. Holy shit, Mallow. No, not. Oh, god damn it.
Wait, what were you spelling out? I couldn't follow. Lore video. When did you make a lore video? Indeed. I kind of didn't. But, I did have that presentation during the, during my debut. And Otis was so kind as to, cut that together into like a shorter version of, I think this one is 2 minutes or something. And yeah. I don't know that I can, but I'm open to finding out. The problem on my radar right now is with not managing to keep eye contact and generally experiencing the flight part of the fight or flight response in many social situations, especially like one-on-one talks, but I can hold presentations. That is progress. Yeah, I have the same thing where like I have an easier time holding presentations than I do with like one-on-one conversations, which makes a lot of sense as a VTuber, doesn't it? Or is it just a streamer? Because like, you know, as long as I know at least like how I'm supposed to act, you know, it's a lot easier. But when you're just kind of on your own and you know, it's like, oh no, anything I say is like might lead to the other person not liking me anymore or something, you know. Good job, and of course you can. You just said you can hold presentations. That's a can. And where there's one can, more may follow. Just remember to keep them. There's font on those. Yes. Das sind 15 Cent. What is the word? What is English for fund, actually? Hang on. I'm blanking on the word. What is the word? Oh? I have no idea. What do you... There is no English for font as font doesn't exist, huh? Oopsie daisy. As font as a concept is bottle tax. Interesting. Or bottle loan. That sounds so weird. Told my master about the Das sind 15 Cent and he just instantly shouted 25! Indeed. German Heimertism hell or some ADHD demonade? Demonade, oh my god. That is some intense stuff. Some may agree that there's demons to fight when ADHD is had, but so maybe you don't always have to be there. Yeah. At that DB, how are you doing? And say that I only have the tism and burnout, some symptoms overlap, but it's not quite the same. Why are we screaming? I don't know. We just freaking out. Those demons might agree. Noises of demons swirling in the mind around the time. Oh dear. Getting better at sleeping through the noise though. Those ADHD demons ain't got nothing on me. Nice. You show them. You show them who's boss. I would be a bad therapist. Patient starts screaming. Me joins in and screams. Patient confused screaming. Me, it's okay, just scream it out. Patient screams. Me, as loud as you can. Loud and clear and screaming. Patient exhausted. Me, so why were we screaming? Let's walk this back for a moment. Like, what was this about? Who knows? I've been diagnosed with ADHD and Asperger's as a kid, but that really only gives you the point where it all starts, I'm afraid. Everybody's journey is unique and everyone is shaped by their own brand of trauma and stuff. Hope we can all find out which paths to take at some point. Yeah. Crystal, hi there. How have you been? I've been doing my best, basically. Man, God, I don't know how long I can manage to go for today. How far down is the word copium, the World Copium Reserve at this point, actually? I think we've burned through that a long time ago. Now we're just like all experiencing like withdrawal symptoms. Wow, hi there, Painted Ferret, how you doing? Hang on, I'm still catching up. Need to mine copium stones from space next, indeed. Use a planet cracker from Dead Space to get those sweet copium reserves? Hell yeah. Breathing the first step? Good, I do that every day, nice. That's a good first step towards living. You know, the first step towards getting better is surviving, isn't it? So yeah, proud of you. Blah 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 blah. Hey y'all. Oh, blah. And hello we, how are you doing? There's no English for fun. Oh, what is fun? Can you eat it? It's, I assume someone explained? Nope. Okay, font means, you pay more when you buy, like, something in a bottle or a can, and then you get that money back when you return the thing to the store. That's fun. Just trying to survive? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're surviving at least. Like I said, that is the first step. Zavi, hi. Come back here after a bit, need to check something real quick. Oh, okay, good luck. Doing good? Just hanging? Okay, good. EP and dehydrated. Go drink something then, you silly doober. Doober, yes. A doof goober. According to Reddit, the last found copium reserves lasted until May 2nd, 2022. Oh dear. Well darn. We have that here, or we used to return glass bottles to get my allowance. Huh. Well, what did you call that? Don't have anything though, then get something! Then get something to drink! Just get something from the tap. Fido? Hey, you got Fido! Nice! I said trying? Well, as far as I can tell, you're still doing it. So, you know. Wow. Okay. Brr. So. Now, we got up to page 33. That is good. Page 33, like to see that. Although, well, Okay. Let me scroll real quick through all the things. Can I send you sus clips for after stream from yesterday? Sure. Failing to see the point of the future is so bleak. I mean, the point is all the little moments, right? You know, all the moments of connectedness and all that stuff. Okay, so. Let's see. Let me try to skim over everything I read and pick out the most important parts. So, this opening letter basically says, you know, it's from Simone, who mostly wrote the book, and yeah. The most important thing to know is that you're not alone in your suffering. You are connected in this moment to all those who have suffered in the same way. Your suffering is not unique, and that can be healing if you allow it to be. Breathe. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Sometimes you're gonna have moments where you're just freaking out. And that can look different for everyone. It can be self-harm or, you know, lashing out, crying, or doing some impulsive nonsense. And this book basically is just a set of tools that this person found that helped them in their journey. And, you know, they hope that you'll find something in there that helps you. I feel like I've been there for a lot of it. Forward from Dr. Faith G. Harper, PhD, LPC slash LPC-S ACS ACN. That is so many things, and I don't know what most of them mean. So here's a story. You know what? I'm gonna read out the story. A story based on something from the West Wing. A person falls into a deep black hole. It's dark, and damp and creepy and smelly and scary. They scratch at the dank, muddy sides of the walls for a while but make no progress. They start screaming, "Help me, please help me," from the depths of the hole. A doctor walks by, hears the screaming, and peers down. The doctor is worried about their stuckness and wants to help. They write out a prescription and toss it down into the hole. This doesn't get the stuck person too far in getting out of the hole. So they yell some more, "Help me, please help me." A minister walking by hears them and peers in. The person is excited and relieved that someone new has arrived, and the minister is obviously very worried about their stuckness. The minister writes out a prayer for the stuck person and throws it into the hole. The prayer is comforting and even appreciated, but it doesn't change their stuckness. They start yelling again, "Please, stop throwing things down to help. I need out." And then a friend walks by and hears the screaming. They bend down and see the stuck person's tear-stained face peering back up at them. "Holy shit, you fell in the hole. Hold up a second." And then they jump down into the hole. The stuck person starts to freak out. "Why did you do that? Why? You jumped down in here with me? Now we're both stuck." Now the friend replies, "Because I've been down here before and I know the way out." And that is what we call lived experience. And it's basically the thing that I try to do. Just, you know, I don't have any major qualifications or anything, but, yeah, I've been in the hole. Not the worst hole, but a hole, you know. A big, nasty hole. Honestly, it's like a huge hall, honestly. Like, it's big enough that you can set up shop there and just not even realize you're stuck. But, you know, you are. Okay, so, yeah. And that is what this book does. It shares stories that you... hang on, I'm gonna read this out. She shares the stories we don't hear in polite conversations. The stories to which we attach shame and stigma, as if there is shame to be associated with the struggles of being a human being in pain. But lived experience is not interested in the shame and stigma game. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of tools, but there's no one true path. That is important to know. Like, if someone is trying to sell you, like, one true path to happiness or something, they're trying to sell you something. So, yeah, we're gonna get into a lot of different things, including dialectical behavior therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, mindfulness-based stress reduction, and so on. Which... Man, I feel kind of bad. Because, like, at the start of this session, I was thinking, like, man, I was giving credit to, like, Dr. Harper here, and, you know, I didn't know anything about Simone. You know, she doesn't have a PhD or anything. So I was like, I don't know, what are her qualifications? And I was like, man, what are mine, you know? Cause, yeah. she adds to that, like, you know, Dr. Harper. And yes, I'm totally blowing the dog whistle for my fellow clinicians, wondering if this is a good book to recommend to clients. Sometimes you need that, I guess, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of charlatans out there who don't have a lot of, like, who don't have any qualifications and just try to sell you something, you know? So anyway. Yeah. This is about lived experience, about being in holes, and about, sharing experiences about how to get out of them. And I will not respond to all the innuendos in chat. All the double entendres, rather. So, yeah, this is based on basically a whole bunch of notes. Just 10 pages of skills, with the cover saying, if you're freaking out, read this. Directed to herself. From her past self. Yeah. To quote, rational Simone knows what to do when shit hits the fan. So she wrote this book for the Simone who sometimes needs a reminder of how to feel without becoming her feelings. That's an important one. That is what mindfulness is all about. It's about feeling without letting the feeling overwhelm you, overtake you, become you. So yeah, this is not promising to change your life or anything, but, you know, we can help. We can help that this helps. So here's the qualifications. Over 10 years of therapy, including 6 months of some intense therapy and life skills, continued psych care, and a deep love of authors whose books have changed the way my brain works. She claims her story is not anything special, but I don't know. It's a pretty intense one. Like, she struggled a lot. Like at 10 years old? She was traumatized and thinking about the value of life and attempted suicide for the first time. As life didn't seem to matter in the grand scheme. But also, yeah, who would take her seriously? And she felt like she started doing self-harm, fueled by the idea that she was too privileged to be sad and too insignificant to stay alive. At 14... What happened? I don't know. I'm just summarizing what I've been reading. So yeah, at 14 she already went to to a psychiatric hospital for the first time, and it sucked. Like, it had a scary atmosphere, and everyone was scary and uncaring. And, you know, then she never told anyone about her suicide plans again. graduated high school, went to college without taking her meds anymore, and decided to just party every day, and, you know, got really into self-harm. Started planning her suicide 1 year into it. Oh dear. So just reading this out, just like, you know, oh yeah, this is pretty intense, huh? This is where this person is coming from. Which I think makes it pretty admirable that she, like, went on to become, you know, stable enough and loving life enough that she can still write a book like this, you know? Okay, anyway, got caught and, sent to, yeah, another psychiatric hospital, which she just agreed to go to because she would be like, okay, you know, I'll just off myself afterwards, and, you know, then my family can be like, oh yeah, we've done everything we could. Okay, cool. Thanks for the love, Okay, but then inpatient hospital, and it was a beautiful place with people who seemed to care, and it was the first time she felt safe and like she got an understanding of what a meaningful life means to her. And yeah, she... Hang on, I'm gonna read this one out. Until I started really working through trauma and mental illness, every memory was tinted a bit darker. When I saw the past, I only saw resentment and shame. I couldn't see through the trauma. I still have days when I feel sad about the way I spent the first 20 years of my life. And because of this work, I most frequently have days when I am full of gratitude and sunshiny love. Well, not always with the sunshiny love. Most of the time I'm just grateful that I'm content. These are the days that make the hard work worth it. Okay. So, bunch of tools she learned. Every chapter comes back to coping with difficulty, regulating emotions, starting with one of the most reliable skills and exploring others from there. Yeah, each one of these chapters is about some kind of coping option. All of these are to be understood as like bits and pieces of her journey. Okay. So first is a bunch of breathing exercises, which I'm gonna be spelling out in the Discord. Once again, in the Discord. Yeah, these are relatively simple. Like, you can just look them up if you look like at breathing exercises. But yeah, well, hang on. Let me read this out. You might feel like this moment is unbearable. Maybe your thoughts feel suffocating and inescapable. You can begin to reach a level of calm by breathing. Start by simply noticing your breath. Say, now I inhale. Now I exhale. You don't need to do anything else. You don't even need to be done freaking out. Next, you can try a few things to bring more attention to your breath. And then, you know, more specific exercises. Like inhaling through your nose for 3 seconds, exhaling through your mouth for 4 seconds, inhaling through your nose for 5 seconds, exhaling through your mouth for 6 seconds, repeating that 3 times. Or just, you know, this deep breath thing I do. Gotta pause. Gotta pause. There we go. Lying down on your back and putting your hand on your stomach to really feel the motion of it. Or square breathing, that's another one. Yes. Take a moment to breathe. This one starts with a reminder that even just by being here, you are a member of this world. That is enough. There isn't one way to live life correctly. That's just not a thing that exists, so just breathe yourself into the moment. Now I'm gonna read this one out. There's something you need to know while you are being. You do not have to be grand to be worthy. Breathe. It's like being stuck in a finger trap. You can't get out by forcing anything. Breathe. I hope you try the coping skills nestled in this book, and I hope among them you find a few that work for you. Remember your oneness. Breathing. Yeah. It's a special opportunity to hold hang on. Breathing represents a special opportunity to hold a space for whatever peace you might need in each moment. The moment you realize you are not present is the purest moment of awareness. From there, breathe. Yeah, and if you do this kind of thing just like for 5 minutes each day, you'll see an effect rippling throughout your life. That, you know, if you just practice that, make it a habit. Yeah, see what I did there? It'll become so much easier to, like, recall that skill when you need it later. Yeah. Take a second right now. Read the sentence as you inhale. I am inhaling self-compassion. Now exhale. I am exhaling compassion. There's an interesting kind of spirituality in this book. Like, it's kind of spiritual, but not like in a religious sense or anything. Like it says here, you don't have to believe in anything to connect to this. Let it bring you comfort. It's just about the way, like, we think about things, right? That's just ultimately what spirituality is all about. It's about figuring out a way to think about things that is more intuitive and helps us feel like we are part of something. And, you know, this breath, like she says, is about connecting yourself to the greater breath of the strange existence we are all a part of. Life is weird sometimes. All the time. I try with care and attention to breathe my way toward acceptance. Life is weird, I say, like an observation instead of like a frustration. And that one, I feel that one. That reminds me of something that's helped me a lot during a very stressful time in my life. Like there's a Yume fan animation by someone called Gobo, I think. Using the song, I think it's called It's a Secret from Battle Block Theater. And it's just the most crazy nonsense. And it's, you know, the framing device is that, like, this one character is trying to make this deadpan character laugh. And that really helped me for a while, because it was just like this reminder that, like, life is weird. You know, life is just weird. Ultimately, in the grand scheme, I don't know, it's just all kind of weird, and like all of this stuff that's bothering me, like, you know, it's just It's just kind of silly, you know? It just puts everything into perspective, into like this nothing really matters sense that is more freeing than hopeless, right? Nothing really matters, so it's like, why should I let it hurt me? David, welcome back, and thank you for the like. Here's a cute exercise. There's a page here with a big blank space, and you're invited to draw your personal, emotional demons drinking tea with you. I also like this line. Consider this a moment of truce. Like truce, like a ceasefire. The darkness has no agenda. The darkness has no agenda. The darkness is just there. It doesn't mean you harm. It's just there, being darkness. So here's a little admission, like, Simone, for all the healing she's done, she still deals with depression, but she doesn't hate it anymore. Yeah, sometimes, on some days, she wakes up and still feels its grip on her. But on the days she doesn't, you know, she sits with peace and is grateful and celebrates it without being all like, you know, that motherfucker is gone. Especially, you know, like Celeste taught us, it's not good to like demonize that part of yourself. Like I said earlier, depression is just kind of this, hang on, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I've come to understand that my depression was built into my brain a long time ago and was triggered in order to protect me the very best way it knew how. To shut me off. To turn on my autopilot. Oh man, that one just hit me real bad. To keep me from the moment, because there were moments that were too scary to be present for. Yeah. Oh. So my depression kept me away from what was going on, and now it comes and it goes, and it comes and I let it be. I try so hard to let it breathe. Oh man. That is some real shit. That is some real shit. Okay, but yeah. Yeah. Just sit and have a cup of tea with your depression, with your demons, with the darkness in your life, and approach it like someone misguided but well-meaning. Simone likes to imagine her depression as like some kind of shadowy Bigfoot, which I think is a very nice image. Just like this weird cryptid, like walking through the woods, like. We sit together and we have tea. Wait, I invite my anxiety, PTSD, self-centeredness. We sit together and we have tea. Nothing needs to be said, nothing needs to be resolved. You're just here having tea. Of course, make sure you don't give those things faces that would trigger you, or imagine like any person who caused trauma and might trigger you. Make it something that you're ready to sit with. Oh. Wait, did I actually get to this part yet? I'm not entirely sure I did. Oh, I did. I was just really distracted. Oh dear. Hang on. I feel like I haven't even read this part. When I listen, I'm grateful for my depression. It forces me to be authentic, to be honest. Because I know that over time, if I hide it, it grows. So I have to let it be seen, to let it be heard. And I try so hard not to hate it. Sit with me, I say. Have tea. Yeah. It's okay to struggle trying to figure things out, and it's also okay to not be able to figure shit out. Yeah. It's just this really old thing, this really old part of your brain. And you know, when you're freaking out, it's like getting caught in an undertow. And... yeah, in those situations you need to relax. You're just gonna exert energy by fighting it. So you're in it, there you are. You can breathe, and take the lifeguard's hand when they reach for you. Okay, this is the last part I got to. Like driving through heavy fog, you can only see the ground 3 feet in front of you. Nothing to the side, nothing straight ahead. Try to find the line on the road and drive slowly, like a Texan in the rain. Breathe. Okay, what did I miss in chat? Can confirm, connecting to other neurodivergent people, if they're not stuck in relentless self-loathing, can at least feel really good and be, at best, give some insight. Yeah. It's nice to see that indeed about, what, 1 out of 5 people are neurospicy? Really? That many? It's nice to not feel alone with a simply differently wired brain. Sometimes you join others in theirs, and then they don't... I've been in holes too. Ah, right. And then they don't believe you know the way out and refuse to follow. But sometimes they're not ready to get out, and just sitting with them for a while can also help. I might be a bit impatient with people sometimes, but I keep that in mind. It's like building. There are a lot of tools that you can buy a shelf with. Build a shelf with, probably. But you can use tools that weren't supposed to do what you need them to do to get the same result, or use different brands of tools that just fit you best for the task. We've been good. Barely an innuendos in chat. Okay, I thought yours was one. You know, I've been in holes too. My mom had the slogan, Hilfe zur Selbsthilfe. Help to help yourself. Solopreneur. Huh. She was a licensed psychologist. Ooh, nice. Talking about this stuff Teiyu just read in the book. Okay. Man, why are you guys less active in chat during the non-focus period? You silly goobers. Okay, now the question is... I am feeling so tired. I don't know if I can focus. Oh no. I don't know if I can focus for a lot longer. Man. My brain is just not there. Like I feel kind of almost lightheaded. Almost. Just make sure not to mix devil's mayo with the devil's lettuce nor devil's jam. Do I want to know what devil's mayo or devil's jam are? We listen to the words of wisdom, not enough focus to chat at the same time. Oh, okay. Oh my, hang on, sorry. I didn't realize you all were listening. Devil's jam is tomato and chili based jam. Delicious on chicken. Oh. Okay. Devil's jam, really? Hang on. I need to look this up. Devil's jam. Huh. Wait, it's Finnish. Huh. Huh. Okay, you know what? That checks out. It's like mayonnaise invented when I forgot what devil's jam was, and mayo was the first thing that came to the tip of my tongue. Okay. Moin, hi there, hack. How you doing? Okay. Yeah. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then, actually, yeah. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break while the focus timer ticks down, and I'll try to like breathe and arrive back in my head and hope that it works then. Otherwise, well, we're gonna have a very short study session. Okay, y'all. Be right back. I'm just gonna sit. I might as well sit here. See if we can get some reading done. Oh, Y'all remind me later. There was a part at the very start of the book that. Hi there, Kashka. Thank you for the love. At the very start of the book, that really impressed me about identity, about authenticity, I guess. And yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Oopsie daisy. What am I up to? I'm just reading this book. If you're freaking out, read this. It's a good book. And a pretty short one. If I was in better shape today, we might be finishing it today, but I am in terrible shape for this. So, yeah. Does manga count as a book, or should I go for the light novel? Manga is a book, yeah. Sure. There's a comic book. Thank you for the lurk. I'll be back in 22 minutes. Out of focus mode. No worries, no worries. You go take a break. There's a colon. Remind me to do sit-ups after this focus session. Ooh. A wild pumpkaboo appears. think I might have to figure out like an ebook reader program instead. Do I even have one already, maybe? I don't think so, not on this new computer, no. Yeah, because I think the big issue might actually be like eye strain right now. With the super black on white text. Hang on. Do we have a be right back text? Ah, we have a focus mode text. Should have used that. I should have used that. I did not. Oops. Well, be right back. Oh, jeez. Okay. Welcome back. Oops. Interesting book. This is a difficult one to to study in the same way I've been studying stuff. Because it's a lot of like tiny little things all like jumbled together. And there's kind of a narrative there. Well, not much of a narrative. That implies more structure. There's a Yanma in chat. All right, y'all. You ready for the last section of today's very short study stream? I hope you are, because it's happening. Okay, first of all, did I miss anything in chat? Ibuprofen with paracetamol. I've heard about that. I'm not in enough pain to risk trying that right now, but I keep it in mind. Wait, you're in pain? I didn't realize that. I'm all ears disguises all the parts of my body that aren't ears. Where did you go? Oh my god. It's good to do your own research, yes. Like how Panacot has codeine and paracetamol, thus should not be taken with additional paracetamol. Which leads to me questioning, why do I have my meds in the same cabin as my glassware? I don't know. Wow. Yeah, sorry, Mossy, but you should be in bed anyway. Silly Mossy. Okay. What do you mean, where did you go? I'm right here. And left ear. Oh my gosh. Okay. So. Last thing we did was sitting with depression. And now we're getting to the last bit of the, well, the last few bits of the first chapter. The first chapter, breathe. Hang on, what does it say there? Inhale, exhale. This is what surviving looks like. Breathe. You're still here? Well, welcome back. I mean, welcome still here, rather. What am I saying? Okay, so radical acceptance is a big thing. You can look it up. It's a very known term in therapy, and it's a term from specifically from dialectical behavior therapy, which I don't know what that means, but the point is, it's a big deal, but it's actually also kind of simple. But simple is not the same as easy. What radical acceptance means is just accepting that something has happened. You just say, this thing happened. It did indeed happen. You don't have to be okay with it. You don't have to forgive. Don't have to do anything. You're just stating a fact. No judgment. And, you know, depending on what it's about, that can be very hard. And it can bring up a lot of feelings. So, you know, be ready for that. But in the long run, like, eventually it'll train you to, like, be able to just accept that. And, hang on. I'll read this one out loud. Practicing radical
Schnecken
acceptance.
erschrecken, wenn sie an Schnecken schlecken, weil zum Schrecken vieler Schnecken Schnecken nicht schmecken.
I didn't know that one. Wait. Schnecken erschrecken, wenn sie an Schnecken schlecken, weil sie zum Schrecken vieler Schnecken schnecken. Weil zum Schrecken vieler Schnecken Schnecken nicht schmecken. Ah. This is a nice one. Schnecken erschrecken, wenn sie an Schnecken schlecken, weil zum Schrecken vieler Schnecken schrecken. Okay, yeah, this is an interesting one. I might have to practice that one. Practicing radical acceptance does not mean at all that you are cool with what happened or is happening right now. It means you acknowledge that what is happening is actually happening, and what has happened did happen. That's all. By consistently practicing this concept, you can learn to look at your past objectively in a way that does not trigger you the way it once did. Yeah. So basically it's a form of like, yeah, taking the edge off of trauma. Also, I just remembered, hello Golem, I have to do some sit-ups. Be right back. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. I think that's a thing that I'm getting better at, even if only in regards for what is happening around me and not in my past yet. Yeah, it's a doozy, but it really does work. And you know, this is what I was talking about earlier about how this book is interestingly structured, and honestly, I can really recommend like getting this book for yourself, because it's very much about the experience, and it really invites you to use it, you know? To always have it with you, with like little reminders. Like, here's a reminder. I promise there is joy to be found in the darkness. You do not have to wait for the pain to end to find it. And, you know, that's just there. There's just one page filled with just that. And then the next one is, titled, quote-unquote, "This is Oxygen." So it invites you to just come up with a phrase to remind yourself that you're currently there, present in the moment. And just think of that like every once in a while throughout your day, just randomly. And then there's these little drawings of like, person in a car, here I am, I am breathing. Person in a park, here I am, I am breathing. At a desk, here I am breathing. Talking to someone at a cafe or something, here I am breathing. I'll put it on a book wish list. Might order some books tomorrow, so I might read that sooner than later. Hell yeah. So yeah, whenever you practice these skills while you're not freaking out, will help you come to awareness when you are freaking out. And the next one is about having conversations with your feelings. That's the thing that I keep saying, like, your feelings, like frickin' Inside Out, like the Pixar movie for children, that's a thing. Your emotions want to communicate something to you. They are there to tell you things. And, you know, you can ask them questions. What are they showing you? And basically there's like an example for pleasant feelings. I'm gonna have to read these out. So, a little smiley face. Example. You want to ask the smiley, happy emotion, this pleasant feeling, how can I use this moment to release fear? Or, what would you like me to hear? Or, what action can I take in order to root joy in the core of my soul? With the note to keep your questions focused. And with unpleasant feelings, with hurt, pain and stuff. What can I give you that will help you remember that you're loved? Or, what can I do to help you see the light? Or, what do you want me to learn? Speak to it with loving curiosity instead of hostility. Like, you're feeling terrible. Why is that? What does your soul say that you need to pay attention to? basically. There's a lesson to be learned there. There's something that you can learn from to avoid, to do differently, something. Even if it's just like, even if it's just something silly, even if you disagree, even if you think like, no, that's dumb. I shouldn't be feeling this way about this. It's like, yeah, but apparently part of you doesn't quite realize that yet. And, that's just what growing up means, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I had a thought there, but that's too complex right now for me to put into words. But there's something there. Yeah. It's like the thing with being an artist, where you can tell if a drawing looks good or not, but that doesn't mean you can just create a drawing that looks perfect according to your ideas, because your cognition is further than your actual ability, than your hand-eye coordination and all that stuff. Hi there, Suba, how are you doing? And yeah, hi the message. Okay, so we're moving on into the second chapter. Move. When you feel lost in your mind, find your body. Yeah. No matter how motivated you are to move, if you become aware of your body, that can bring you to a present moment that isn't as terrible as your mind makes it out to be. That's one thing I also keep saying, is that even if everything feels horrible right now you are safe. Your body is not in danger. Your body is right there. It's breathing. It's moving. Your heart is beating as it ever has. Your lungs are breathing. And you're alive. And just making yourself really aware of that with some mindful movement can really put things into perspective, really make you remember, like, yeah, this is, I am. Things are the way they are right now, and I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna survive. Okay, so, yeah, basically, this chapter is about mindfully moving. So, for example, about, taking 10 steps, just 10 steps. And really paying attention to each step of that process. Of bending your knee, touching your heel to the ground, then your toe, moving your arms, however you do, or you don't, it's all good. Or, just any other movement. You could do you can slowly move your arms up and down, or clench and release your fists, lift and relax your eyebrows, or rotate your ankles in circles, or whatever. A step-by-step guide to taking steps, yeah. One day you will be a co-op master. So yeah, next one, feel your body. Basically, hang on, I'm gonna read this out. Grounding yourself is really difficult to do in times of weirdness or confusion. Take a moment to sit up and open your chest. Do a quick body scan. Check your toes, feel your knees, relax your hips, drop your shoulders. Come into yourself. Check in with yourself. And then, do some sort of physical activity you enjoy doing. Like a 5-minute dance break, or masturbating, joining a local recreational sports team that is not an activity you just do. But anyway, the point is, just do a thing. Physical activity helps. It can connect you to the moment if you do it mindfully. If you're full of adrenaline, it can release that adrenaline, because like your body is like, I'm giving you adrenaline to run away from the danger that is clearly there. So, you know, you have to use that adrenaline to make it feel like, okay, done. We did the thing. Good. And yeah. So take 10 steps. Yeah, that's the same thing. About moving mindfulness, yeah. What if it's not about the quantity, but the quality? How many of the steps that you've been taking were you acutely aware of? Puts on Ilfa's voice. Physical activity, huh? I'm gonna quote this. Sometimes when I focus on my walking too much, I get very self-conscious. Am I walking correctly? Are people noticing my scoliosis? Are my knees weird? So I like to do mindful walking around my apartment or at the dog park when no one is there. Little caveat. I'm glad you enjoyed that impression, Ilfa. Go outside. Basically, yeah. Whenever you're outside, just do that every day. Just take your headphones off and slow everything down. Notice your breath. Notice the colors you see. Relax your face. Maybe you have a small little smile on your face. If you do some hiking, study the plants, look up birds you might find and bring binoculars to identify them and watch them. If you're at the beach, take your shoes off and really feel your feet sinking into the sand. Each individual grain, like doing something down there in your souls. Feel it in your soul. Yeah. I'd try that with just patches of grass or stones or water. Taking your shoes off and just spending a few minutes with your feet on the ground. Paying close attention. Taking it all in. And here's an interesting one. Just crossing a room. Just for 1 hour. Just walk from one wall to another. Just totally aware of your body, your surroundings, listening to the noises. Good night, Connie. Rest well. Have a good rest. Thank you for hanging out. And, you know, your mind will wander, you may get impatient, but just observe yourself, bring yourself back. Thank you for the affection. Don't judge yourself for your mind wandering. And, you know, apparently this can be like a very interesting experience. Like, it's thanks for the hydrate. This is the kind of meditation, yeah. Like, I've heard a lot of stories of people just taking that time to really just sit in silence, or, you know, as in this case, just walk in silence. And, you know, there's gonna be this huge discomfort with just letting this silence be. And your body's, your mind, everything is gonna revolt like, no, give me dopamine. But then, after like 15 minutes maybe, you're gonna settle and be like, okay, I'm here now, I'm doing this. And, you know, your mind is gonna do things. Your mind is gonna be like, whoa, you know, you remember that one time, and, you know, I don't know, maybe if you start remembering like traumatic stuff, that's not good. I don't know. It doesn't go into that right now on this page. But like, I don't know. Like, that's the thing about boredom, is that like your brain naturally has like these two modes. You know, it has more than one mode, but like for these purposes, they're like the mode where you're focusing on a thing, you're doing a thing and stuff, and then when it's just kind of left to its own devices, it starts telling stories, it starts connecting things, like when you're asleep. And, you know, your mind needs that in order to come up with new ideas. Like, that's how you get creativity. You can't force it by sitting down and doing a thing. Well, maybe you can. I don't know. I don't want to speak for everyone, but generally, creative thought happens when you just let it flow. Just see what happens. And also, you know, that's how your brain rests. Because, you know, that's the same thing that happens when you sleep. So, seems like a similar thing, I guess. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing we kind of miss out on when we're constantly bombarding ourselves with stimuli, you know? Oh, Aurelian, hi there. It's it could be going a lot better. Hi, Mothwing VT. Hello. Welcome in. It could be going better. My brain is kind of not present. I'm doing my best to hold it together right now, but yeah, I'm having such a hard time focusing, so we're gonna have a very short session today, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll have a short second study stream this week. Actually, I know I'm not going to. There's no time. Just came from a small trip to the city and still have to pack for my holiday and visit my parents. Oh dear. Well, damn. I hope you can get a moment to rest. Just because that sounds very busy. Okay, so this little chapter is basically about working out. Yeah, basically stuff we already did in Atomic Habits. So, you know, recalling her experience with like getting a gym membership, driving to the gym and then just sitting there in the parking lot for 30 minutes before driving home. And then, you know, she was like, okay, no, you can just walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes and that's all. Just go there and be there and do the thing. Do something, you know? You don't have to start out big. Just start out at all. Just show up. Just practice the skill of showing up. Because that, according, you know, just like our good old friend James Clear told us, that trains your skill to show up. Well, that's what I already said, but it puts in another vote for your identity as someone who does that thing that you go there for. Even if you're just showing up to the gym and not really doing much, it still gives you like a vote of confidence for you to say, I am the person who goes to the gym. And one day I'll actually do something there, you know? It's the first step. Eventually you're gonna be like, okay, what am I doing here? I might as well just start doing a little bit of exercise, doing a little bit more. I'm already here. Might as well ride that wave, you know? Yeah, just give yourself that victory, because, you know, it sucks. It really sucks, and you know, just having that motivation to just, you know, not motivation, having just that willpower to just say, you know, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna show up, do a thing, even if it was just that little bit of walking. Oh, that's still something. That's still a lot more than your depressive ass self wanted to give you, because your depressive ass self just wanted to sit around and be gloomy. It is really good advice, yeah. Next page, enjoy movement. What are 3 songs that really get your bones grooving and get you moving? Need this message right now, and I feel less bad about not being able to cook actual meals every day yet. Yeah, no. Like, cooking takes so much time and takes so much, like, mental space to, like, figure out, like, all the ingredients you need to have available and keep track of all that stuff. And then, you know, you need all the time and the energy to, like, put in there, and, you know, just... Man, I would be so happy if I could just really cook for myself, like, at least the majority of the week, you know? Today I took out the trash, and recently I've been doing my dishes every day, so it's small victories, yeah. And doing your dishes, like, I can really recommend, like, I used to look forward to doing the dishes, because that was, like, the one time where I just listened to music, and I was like, I can just listen to music because I'm doing something important, and I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm just gonna listen and enjoy it. There. Yeah, mood. I first started sitting in bed procrastinating, and then I saw culture festivals giving away their stuff, and I was like, I gotta go, yeah. Indeed. And pick up, if I'm gonna cook again, I'll go about it in really small steps and pick up tiny little bits of learning along the way. Yeah. I mean, I like doing the dishes, just hard to motivate sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. For cooking, what I used to do more often until I had a subathon, and then just kind of got in the groove of just eating microwave food all day, was I had like this contingent of ingredients that I always had at home, like spinach and like these, you know, frozen spinach, frozen collection of like carrots and broccoli and cauliflower and zucchini, probably maybe zucchini, I don't know, some stuff like that, you know, just vegetables that contain basically everything you could need from vegetables. Bell peppers are also a good one, and just kind of go with basically everything, kind of, if you do it right. Well, you know, enough of a variety that at least one of those things can go with basically anything. And then, you know, every day I would just throw stuff together into a pan and, you know, do something with it. Just keep throwing the same stuff in different combinations together. And, you know, it worked. It was easy. It was consistent. It was pretty nutritious. Like, a friend of mine whose special interest was cooking told me that basically in order to get like basically the nutrients you need from vegetables, you just gotta have like a green vegetable and a red vegetable. And that should cover just about all your bases. So there's a little life hack for you. Yeah. Okay. And then there's a little list like, what physical activities do you actually enjoy? Like yoga, sex, surfing, martial arts, skiing, dance break, walking dogs, jumping on the trampoline. And then we get just a little bit into number 3, reach out. So, yeah, basically connect to people. Call, text, or message, or whatever person you like and ask them to talk on the phone. Which can help with anxiety and aloneness. Gonna quote this one. The way you feel is the way you feel. You do not have to be alone while you experience your feelings. There's a little script there for you to help you out with that. Like, hey/howdy/sup. Insert name here. Can we talk about a freak out I'm experiencing? Them, yes. Cool. What I need from you is... Insert here. Just listen, validate, encourage, not advise, etc. Whatever. I'm currently having the feelings. Insert emotion here. / I don't know. Something really pushed my freak out button. Here's my situation. Insert experience to this point here. Did I actually? I did. Okay. No focus mode. And... Okay, we're almost done. Next up, practice saying yes. Think of every new social interaction as practice. This is one I was gonna, this is where I was gonna get back to... Wait, no, I don't think I mentioned this before. Actually, never mind. I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. This is basically me every time I push the stream button. Basically, every time is a learning experience. Yeah. Like, every time I make mistakes, every time it's a little weird, but every time something goes badly, I just ask myself, okay, what can I learn from that? And try to do it better next time. Like, for today, I'm asking, what was up with my brain? Hopefully, maybe if it's about the eye strain. Ah, my voice is very soothing. I'm glad you think so. Okay, have fun with your game. I'm not gonna be streaming for terribly much longer, but I'll try and find someone chill to raid into. So yeah, for example, yeah, she recalls that a cool lady she wanted to be friends with invited her to an event. And, you know, she was gonna be the only person she knew there. Now, you know, as an introvert, we all know what that's like. We all hate that, you know. I think I can speak for us all there. But, you know, hang on, I'm gonna quote this one. I got there 30 minutes before she did. First, I went to the bathroom and sat in the stall for a second to gather a game plan, tell myself I'm awesome, and do some power poses. After a few minutes, I don't care if everyone thought I was pooping, I went into the party and started approaching groups of people and just randomly joining their conversations. That's how you make friends, right? And you know, that's so cool. Like, and I mean, it sounds facetious, asking like, that's how you make friends, right? But like, it is though. Like, when people are there, they kind of expect you to, you know, they expect to be socializing with strangers. They expect there to be strangers who are trying to make friends. And, you know, maybe you're gonna step into it. Maybe it's gonna be like really weird because, I don't know, you try to join in on a conversation between like some really close friends who are trying to have a conversation just between themselves or something, and they're gonna be like, but you know, that's just okay. Noted. Gonna try to pick up on these vibes and see that I can spot them better next time. But then, you know, it just happens. Don't worry about it. They're gonna forget you just as soon as you leave and keep on with going on the merry way. And then, you know, she did it. She met another woman she totally connected with, and then that woman introduced her to another woman, and then she went to that event with one friend and left with 3. So, pretty good. A situation like this made me realize that I ain't just invisible. Yeah. Indeed. That's pretty cool too. Every situation is a recon. I like this. Every situation is you gathering information. You just think of it like an RPG battle. You just go in there to gather experience points, and sometimes you may get some amazing loot. And you're gonna be like, holy shit. I wasn't even counting on that, because, you know, every game has a desire sensor, so, you know, you're never gonna get the thing that you actually want. But sometimes you actually get something, and it's like, oh, wait, damn. Wasn't counting on that, but I'm happy. Quoting again, making new connections and going places where you don't know anyone can feel really weird a lot of the time. Sometimes you have off nights, whatever. Sometimes it goes really well and you have a lot of fun. Yeah. You know, there's these situations. But it's all worth it for that sweet, sweet victory, that sweet, sweet loot, you know? Yeah, just think of it as like, yeah, that's a good one. Think of it like gotcha. You know? Most of the time you don't get anything interesting, but then BAM! SSSSSR! Shiny. Special. Instructions unclear. Got jailed for attacking passersby for their loot. Okay, well, you know, it's a learning experience. You're not gonna do that a second time. Okay. Next little sub-chapter. And then we're done for today. Talking, or not, about trauma. Yeah, the word trauma can feel a little difficult. So, try to avoid she tried to avoid words that like might directly trigger, and is using the term trauma as basically just things that have hurt us in our lives, which, you know, is fair. Like trauma basically means that something has affected you. Like we use, I don't know if I'm, hang on. I don't know if I'm actually doing that right. Like that's I think I was thinking of like the definition for trigger. Like trigger is a very neutral term in psychology. Basically like, I don't know, you could think of a smell that you associate with home as a trigger. Just as a trigger for something pleasant, you know? But it's still a thing, a stimulus that triggers an association. But is it the same for trauma? Trauma definition in psychology. Emotional response caused by severe distressing events. Okay, yeah, no, trauma is apparently clearly something bad, but like ultimately, you know, that's just a subjective thing. Like trauma is something that affected you real bad, but ultimately everything that hurts you affects you, you know? And everything that doesn't hurt you also affects you, but, you know, the hurty stuff tends to have a bigger impact because, like, oh shit, I don't want to experience that again, you know? So yeah, Okay, so basically... So she started talking to people about trauma and feeling more free, and then started talking about it a lot, and had this idea that in order to be authentic she needed to be 100% open to 100% everyone, and as a result obviously learned when it is and is not appropriate to talk about trauma. Thank you for the hydrate. Lol me. Real. So real. And yeah. And you know, that's the thing, you know, you don't need to be 100% open to 100% everyone about everything to be authentic. In fact, that reminds me, there was that thing from the start that I meant to bring up. Where is it? I either talk about trauma or my next business idea, and that's fine. Yeah. If you're talking to the right people about it, then, you know, and that's cool. If they can handle it, all the better. Oh, there's a Heliolisk in chat. Ooh. Cookie Catch. Ultra Ball. Hi there, Jules. How are you doing? So, at the start here, here's this little page. Show yourself. What would I do? And here's a little... there's a big, like, thought bubble with different definitions of what I means. What would I do? As in, my most authentic, value-driven, compassionate self. Or I, as in the person I am when I realize I am responsible for healing the hurt that was never my fault. I, as in the person I am when I let fear connect me to others instead of push them away. I, as in the person I am when I wholeheartedly love myself. I, as in the person I am when I do not feel the need to control how I am perceived. I, as in the person I am. This idea of identity, that's a very interesting one, and that I want to look more into, because that's a thing about, like, I often have this conflict between wanting to be more authentic and this kind of deeply ingrained need I have to be liked, which leads me to being kind of a class clown person who always tries to have like a cool, funny joke, you know? And sometimes I actually end up having bad experiences because of that, because, you know, it turns out people sometimes don't want that kind of joke. And also, it's, you know, way back when I was starting to, like, try coming out of my shell and going to, like, parties and, you know, at university and stuff, I was told that, well, or rather I learned that people just kind of like when someone just listens, you know? And when you just kind of spend the whole time joking and trying to be funny, you're not letting anyone in. People don't really often consciously notice stuff, but people tend to be very like intuitive. They can just kind of tell like that you're not letting them close, that you're hiding yourself behind like this thing. And and it's the difficult thing there is, well, one of the difficult things there that I had to think about for a moment is that, this need to be loved, this coping mechanism, this way to deal with it that I developed, trying to be funny and whatnot, that is also obviously like a part of myself. But the thing is that if I was being totally authentic, what I would instead do is just say like, hey, I'm feeling insecure right now and I just want you to like me, That is just being super real. Which, you don't always have to do, but, it's important to be, I guess, mindful of that kind of thing. So that, if you do something that isn't like being just super authentic, then you're at least doing it knowingly. You're in control of it instead of just being driven by autopilot. And yeah, that's another thing that earlier totally hit me in the face, and I don't think I actually addressed, is that depression puts you on autopilot. And like, damn, autopilot is exactly the thing that I need to defeat. Like, the autopilot that has been ingrained for like the past couple decades. And yeah. That thing, because depression basically takes you out of the moment. Depression just makes you, just kind of dampens everything. Not dampens. Dampen? No. It doesn't make things damp. But it puts a layer between you and reality to make it easier to deal with. And, since you're not in the moment, since you're not quite there, it makes you less present. It makes you less aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. You're just kind of acting in a haze. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. Wow. I just felt so awake for a second, just inserting that into my brain. Also, hang on. Speaking of being present, hi there, Zeno, how are you doing? Clowns are sometimes the saddest person in the room. Is it too close to home because being a class clown is basically my entire existence on this website? Maybe I can relax that a bit, maybe. Yeah, definitely here. Like, I'm glad you have fun. I'm always happy when you have fun. But like, sometimes, that's the thing I'm saying about like being really mindful of what you're doing, is sometimes you won't actually be having fun. Sometimes you'll joke around and you aren't really but you aren't really enjoying it. You're just kind of joking around because like that's what you do. Marcy, have a great rest. I hope it's been productive for you. And Aki, hi Aki. Wow. It veils you off from reality. Poetic noises. I don't know what poetic noises sound like, but I'm sure they sound very poetic. I'll write all this down when I pull in gacha. Yes. Do it. For me, it muffled there. That's a good word. A lot of things surrounding me. Took like 2 weeks of getting rid of the thing that made me stressed and depressed to notice that the state of the kitchen was bothering me. Yeah. Looks around at the mess in my room and everywhere else. Oh god. Wanted to work while you stream. I happened to cry. I guess I worked with my mind, but sadly that's not paying my rent. Aww. Pat. You talking, interacting kept me grounded for a bit though. Your streams are a good place. Aww. That makes me so happy. Wow. But yeah, mindfulness is hard, but it gets easier. You know, like I said, like when you just sit with yourself for a while, there's like this, there's like these first few minutes where your brain revolts against the silence. But after those minutes, you just get into this groove where your brain just starts doing its thing. Started cleaning the kitchen today, not my room though. I mean, if that's more important to you. Is it? Okay. Back to this last bit. Well, here's another big one. I always thought that if I felt better, my life wouldn't have any more problems. And that just isn't the case. Talking about it helps. Yeah, you're always gonna have problems. Especially if you've, had depression. Depression is just something you don't really lose. It just becomes like, kind of background noise. Just kind of this, thing that's, less present sometimes, a little more sometimes. And it just becomes, like she puts it, like, someone you hang out with sometimes. Basically. I'm okay with sitting with myself, I'm just not okay with not being a good person, but that's what I have to live with and strive to change. You're a good person. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be. It is, I have flatmates, but they're not allowed in my room. Ah, okay, fair enough. Sometimes getting new stuff like pans or organizers can help. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you manage to connect new habits to that particular item. Like it's most effective to connect new habits to like a space. But an object is also like, kind of a little space in itself. So it can work in a pinch. Okay. Okay. Also, right after what I quoted earlier, because despite the darkness, despite the shame, despite the nightmares, there is beauty, there is light, there is strength. And yeah, one of the biggest ways you can connect with that, you can embrace that light, strength, and beauty is to connect with others. Connection is honestly like the biggest thing, like the biggest healing factor. Like honestly, like true connection. There's nothing better. I just grew up with causing so much pain and still do so for people, with destroying lives, with being a bother. I can't see myself as a good person, but I'm happy I can be a good person for others at least. What does it mean to be a good person or a bad person? Like, you don't have to answer that, just... I would like to just pose that question. It's like, we often have like these ingrained ideas that don't really make a lot of sense in the end. Like, a lot like the idea of like deserving something. Like, who came up with that? Like, who designated people as deserving or whatnot? Like, you know, it's... Yeah, you know. I don't know that I've destroyed people's lives, but I'm not exactly enriching them either. I'm just withdrawn and withholding to the point that I find it egotistical. I would like to direct your attention once again to the early part of this book where it said, just by being, you are a member of this world, and you don't have to be more. Like, Reverie, I am super enriched by your presence. Like, you've been so consistently here, and you've been nothing but pleasant. Well, TTS notwithstanding, but no, but even then, you know, that was a moment of connection. Like, we were playing, and you know, it was a little much for me in the moment, but there was still something there. There was like that moment of just human lives connecting, and it brings me a lot of happiness, honestly. And just, you know, just you being here is helping me a lot. Just feel alive, feel connected, feel like this all means something, you know? And that is not nothing. You know, like, do what you need to do to feel good about yourself, but I don't think it's helpful to think of yourself as like, you know, I don't know, it's a complicated thing. But just be nice to yourselves. I don't know. I feel like I can't get the thoughts together right now to really know how to say this, but still, it's to be fair, it feels weird to say someone deserves something bad, but it always feels okay to say someone deserves something good, right? Isn't that right? Stop thinking about what makes a good man, be one. Marcus Aurelius. For me, this is another way of saying that worrying too much about yourself or things can make you feel worse than just doing something that feels right. Unless it's me, it seems very prevalent to me that I deserve the bad. That's just how it should be, what I grew up with, and it feels so weird to think I deserve good things. I'm trying to change that, but it's all connected to a lot of similar types of trauma in my life that just taught me you are bad, you don't deserve gifts, love, friends, a good life. And having any of these usually makes me feel like I'm a bother whenever I have a depressive time, and oh dear. Yeah, that's all that internalized nonsense. That's so sad. And those thoughts are less active when I'm having a good time, but that always seems hard to attain. I've been getting better at having a good time, but it's still hard. Yeah. Man. Yeah, what really helped me is I think I'm reasonably good at like the radical acceptance thing. And one day I managed to just kind of decide like no one can ask anything of me except for my best. As long as I can tell that I'm doing my best, no one can ask anything more of me. That's how I know I'm a good person, because I do my damn best to be one, you know? Every time I look back, you know, sometimes I slip up, sometimes I do things that are not cool, but I always do my best to make amends in the end, to bite the bullet and ask for forgiveness, ask what I can do to make it better, ask how I can stop it from happening again. Yeah. I know where it's coming from. I'm trying to change it. However, you don't teach an old dog new tricks, right? I grew up with this shit. It's hard to unlearn. It seems so much more normal to me to be bullied, hurt, tortured, and it's always so surprising when I'm treated well. I do my best to be a good person, though, and I have been slowly getting better at enforcing healthy boundaries. Yeah, honestly, like... not to get into it, but, like... I was really impressed with you, like, with the way you handled that recent situation, you know, like, those principles you maintained. You know, like... I'm pretty confident that you really do your damn best to be as good a person as you can be. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're a freaking good person. And, you know, that's all there is to it. You do your damn best. And that's great. Anyone who asks more of you can suck it. And that includes yourself. So there. It's been a great help to have people like my loves in my life, to be honest. It wasn't easy. I still feel like a bag of dicks about it. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but, you know, I'm proud of you. Upholding my principles meant hurting someone who could also have had bliss and ignorance. I mean, bliss and ignorance is, you know, is not real, you know? Like, think of it like this. If they had found out later, it would just have hurt them even more, you know? At least this way they can find another way to live with, like, actual reality. Let me scroll back up. This reminds me of a passage in the Good Human of Sichuan, or something, where someone was always worried about not being good enough person or being bad, and the response was something like, just you worrying about that at all shows you're not as bad a person as you think. If their blissful ignorance violates your principles, it was right to not let them have it. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Back to the reading. Man, there's a lot happening right now. Okay. You never need to defend or explain your experience. And almost everyone I have ever said anything about trauma to has been nothing but supportive and loving, even if they were uncomfortable. Yeah. As long as everyone feels safe. It's your story, you don't have to share it when you don't feel safe. Yeah, being authentic does not require sharing everything. Not anything that you don't want to share. Oh yeah, and when you want to connect with someone and you talk about rough life experience, don't directly tell the story or any details about specific events. Yes. Don't make it too, like, clearly descriptive. Just like, you know, just talking about, like, the way it affected you is probably enough. That is true, and that's how I try to explain it to myself too, but my heart's still bleeding over it and I hate it a lot. I even want to go to that prison, beg for forgiveness, somewhat try to fix everything again. I don't know, it's hard not to do because I know it's nothing I can change. I feel like I took the choice away from them though. Sure, did it out of respect, friendship, and morality, but destroying someone's life with that? You didn't... Wait, you didn't destroy their... Hang on, wait. We're gonna need to discuss anything more, like, in depth and like in DMs, but like just in general, like when you're letting someone in on a truth, that is the opposite of taking the choice away from them. That is giving them the choice to decide based on actual reality. And also, if that is about if the truth is about someone doing something terrible, then that person is the person who did the destroying. You're just the messenger. So, like, don't assign blame where it really doesn't belong. Like, I am not having that. I can recommend Black Lagoon. It may be an action manga, but it is also about a group of misfits dealing with trauma and finding a place in the world. Oh, all right. You can only control your actions, not your feelings. But you can't control your feelings, but you can affect them through your actions and your thoughts. There's a big old triangle model there, where your actions can affect your thoughts and your feelings, and your thoughts can affect your actions and your feelings. Your feelings affect your actions and your thoughts. I didn't require any info about a decision. Based on recent actions, I kind of know how the decision went, but I did try to leave it to them. Right, exactly. Yeah. Feelings and emotions are hard. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, so, yeah. Make sure that when you're talking to someone about trauma, that everyone is cool with it, that you're in the right environment. That's why maybe I should make it even more clear, like that heavy stuff is being discussed here. In this environment. But like, you know, that's why this is 18 plus, basically. Okay. Can be easier to talk about trauma in a predictable situation, right? Usually that is going to be therapy, but it doesn't specifically have to be that. Those are big old thighs. Hello there. You know what, I'm just gonna drop you a follow and check out what you're about later. I always forget to do trigger warnings about my shit. Yeah. It can be hard to keep track of all that stuff. Yeah. Bonus tip. Make sure that you can end a talk about trauma with closure and positivity. So like, give yourself enough time to do that. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, basically you're telling a story, and a bad ending is only like, you know, a bad ending is only good when it's like, when it really serves a purpose, right? Like I once experienced a story that was all just like fun and games and cool and stuff, and then just for the sake of defying expectations, the author was just like, nope, we're gonna have a unhappy ending now. Bam, there you go. How you like that? And I was like, okay, so you turned this whole thing into like nothing matters and like everything sucks and whatnot, and it's like, okay, why? You weren't saying anything of value. Like, what's the point? You just destroyed everything for no reason. So yeah, basically try, like, even if the positive note you're ending on is just gonna be like, I'm glad we could talk about this now, you know, and that's something, you know. It's in the past, we are here now, and this made me feel better. Bam! As a narrative, that's a happy ending. All's well that ends well. Well, you know, it doesn't end, but you get the idea. It's like, hey, there's a purpose to this. The purpose is that I had this experience, and it is in the past, and in the present, I feel comfortable enough talking about it, and we're connecting. And isn't that wonderful? You know? Okay, and with that... Well, hang on. One last page. Keep an updated list of people you can call or text. Tip: sending a group text to a few people can be easier. Like, can any of you talk right now? Yeah. Okay. That was the last bit. Now, let me catch up on chat. How about it wasn't you who destroyed their life, but them, or whoever is responsible for what caused their life took, for building their life upon a cloud? You had no fault in the situation as far as I can tell, but you had the responsibility to act, and you acted in accordance with that. That's how I see it anyway. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Huh. Damn. Interesting. All swell it and swell the del. Also, Moon, thank you for the hydrate. Wait, no. Yeah. Moon, hello. Thank you for the hydrate. Hoi hoi. I think I might have already hydrated, but based on my voice, you wouldn't know it. I try to be better, but sometimes I haven't even fully understood it was trauma until I say, oh well, I've had a friend who always got picked up by another dad until she told me she didn't want to go with her dads, and I told my mom and she helped the police. And the entire... oh dear. Ilfa. Ilfa. That's a... oh dear. Oh dear. Cause that's just my life, and I don't know, well, in a way that the people got arrested by the police, but well, it's probably the least traumatic part of my childhood, so I often forget it's connected to trauma. Oy. Trigger warning here, maybe. Indeed. Oh dear me. Girl. Oh man. Big hugs, but also man, I'm still reeling from that. Wow. Ah, dear me. Ooh. I try to see it that way too. My heart just needs to see eye to eye with my brain so my stomach can be okay with it. Yeah. I have a list like that. Yay, a few people on that list physically left our plane of existence by now, but I have a list like that. Well, I'm glad you at least have a list. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just like, blah. Oh, okay, whoa. This did not go where I was expecting. Yeah, just do try to get better about that. Wow. Of course, take out the battle wording and take it as a metaphor of knowing what you and the person next to you are like, and not all the mistakes or fault is on you. Right. Did get better though. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Also, thank you for the stretch. Okay. Thanks to streaming, fun fact, because I don't want to flash people like I just flashed you. I see. I've been doing somewhat POG. Hell yeah. New content to fuel my gambling addictions? Okay, good. Great. Good news. And my favorite hit, 4v1 asymmetrical horror game commits another POG autism charity event with pretty skin. Okay, nice. Not much better, but I didn't... I noticed these things a bit earlier now while talking about it at times. I've heard so much shit that I understand you. Made me not realize all the fucked up things that I even didn't notice what went wrong with my upbringing / stuff that happening in my close circle. Ah, dear. Reverie, you're not an annoyance. You couldn't be an annoyance. You're just a person. You're a person doing their best. No autism creature pet? Aw. You should petition for that. Felt and valid. Sensitivity needs to be learned, but in a way it's also scary. Because it might mean that more trauma that has been pushed back as normal will weigh heavier again. I mean, I think it's not like you necessarily, I think it's not necessarily that you need to censor yourself in the sense of like you need to learn like some things need to not be talked about, but rather it's important to just set expectations, right? It's important to create the space where you're sure that everyone is cool with hearing about it. Yeah. That's really all there is to it. Like, you could, if you, like, instead, the other way around, like, if you had, like, bad experiences with, like, telling people and them freaking out, I think that would only make it worse, because then you're associating negative emotions with telling people about that stuff. So that would be more, you know, that will make it harder to deal with that stuff than if you made positive or neutral experiences with first letting people know, like, hey, we're gonna get into some deep shit here. Just letting you know. Okay, here it goes. I think that, yeah, even in that respect, that should actually be more helpful, because you get more, you know, validation, so to speak, from, you know, yeah, from people understanding and stuff. If that's annoyance, you're allowed to annoy me as much as you want. Thank you for trying. I know it is meant well, and it was received well. The whole autism creature meme originated from IDV too? It did? What? Since when? What I learned over the last years is that when you look into one thing, you will notice more things. It's like bugs in code. Solving one gives you 5 more. Reverie, I will pinch you. I will pinch your cheek. If you dropped that in a different chat, it may have been overstepping, but this is the mental health helping goat chat, so I think you're okay. I went on to, if on stream, warn people, hey, upcoming stuff could be triggering, listen away for a while, if today's not a day you could handle a story about, yeah. Come back in 15 minutes, yeah, that's good. And off stream, well, it's harder, but I'm trying to find ways to integrate a question about it first. Good. That's all you need. Ooh. Okay, Pinchy's, yes. I'm gonna be Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, let me go ahead and look for someone to raid. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 Okay. Yeah. Let's go say hi to Anu, who I'm gonna be hanging out with this Saturday. And I'm looking forward to it. Yes. Yeah. The autism creature started off as a screenshot attached to someone's shared IDV post on Twitter/Facebook, really. I just remember that it was like someone's thingamajig. You will be heard, yes. Like so, or if you don't have the emotes, like so. But you could have the emotes. I'm just saying. It is totally within your reach. We should normalize giving people huggable plushies. Camera switch, blah high appears. Man, we should. I really gotta get on like that, you know, merch thing. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow. Indeed, indeed. Okay. May the sun be with you. Okay. Everyone, we have a Discord community where we are very supportive and cute, and I'm trying to get a thing off the ground where we help each other, like, stick to habits and you know, learning stuff like that, keeping up habits like, you know, all this mindfulness, whatnot, all these things, you know. It was nice meeting you. I'm glad to have you here. Okay. Have an evening. No pressure if it isn't a good one. Yeah. That is also totally fine. Yeah, we have a Discord, also Blue Sky on Twitter and stuff, and yeah. So there is such a fucking mental health safety spot, indeed. Okay. Praise the sun. Praise the sun. Here's a little shout out for wait. Fruit bat on you. Hides in blasphemous. That's also a good one. I'm just adorable on the Discord. You're welcome. You are. Okay, little warning shot for Anu, and if you aren't taken by the raid, you have the link right there. And now we'll raid her. Fruit a bat on you. Yeah. Alright. Blah. Everyone, sorry I was, well, for the most part, for like the first half. This last section went on really long, but like, yeah. Sorry for being like really out of it for the first half, but yeah, man, this discussion was like really cool. It felt really fulfilling. I'm glad we could have such a lively conversation about this stuff, right? Makes me happy. Yeah. Goes on to watch memified videos about Elden Ring, even though I've never played it because he's funny. Yes. Thank you everyone who's been here. Thank you to everyone who talked. Thank you to everyone who just hid in the background. Thank you to everyone who just had me running on another tab, muted. That also helps. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Until next time, in 2 days for art. And remember that you're loved. Bye bye.